How many lovers have you made today? Chapter 4, Part 2.
Then Spike told me about his day. I think things are getting better.
Twilight happily says. Right. Anon has no idea how to take the situation. Twilight, Blossom, and him are walking towards the castle, but Twilight is beside him chatting casually as if they were the best of friends. The nervousness she had displayed this morning had disappeared, the merry unicorn telling him all about how things have been after he helped her. All Anon could do was let her talk, say as little as possible, and wait until this restaurant was close enough for him to leave.
The princess has also been teaching me various perspectives on body language. I find it absolutely fascinating.
In her rambling, Twilight looks up, noticing the human's discomfort. Her ears pin back to her head, upon realizing how candidly she has been acting.
Oh, sorry. I guess behaving as though nothing's wrong is a bit odd.
It's certainly not normal.
I appreciate you helping me. I haven't felt great about myself lately, but being near you makes me feel as if I'm not alone.
Anon looks down to meet Twilight's wavering gaze. After a moment, she moves her gaze to the cobblestone below.
Funny, isn't it? The creature I hurt the most, the one that hates me to the core, is the one to whom I feel the closest.
That's some disturbing stuff, Anon admits, as they walk past a few stores. He briefly looked at what they sell, if only to move his thoughts from this situation for just a moment.
I guess it is, but it's no less true.
Twilight smiles briefly.
I feel like no one else understands what I'm going through. No one but you.
Anon furrows his brows. Alright, now I'm creeped out. Twilight chuckles at that.
You don't know how nice it is to talk to you again, Anon. I know it must sound crazy, but I've missed this. Thinking about how things used to be between us before everything. It's just unpleasant. But I'd never give up those memories for the world. I don't want to hurt you ever again. And
Twilight bites her lip to stop herself.
Just silly musings, I suppose. Well, we're here. Thank you for tolerating me for the time being.
Anon watches as Twilight walks towards a nondescript restaurant. He can't control the hurricane of emotions raging inside of him. Significant anger and disgust, but something softer and less repugnant wells up as he calls out to her before she enters. I missed our talks too. He doesn't wait for a response, turning and walking quickly away. Why did I have to tell her that? The urge to vomit is at the front of his thoughts as he feels his stomach turn uneasily. Anon stops in the center of the street as he rubs his temples. In that moment, he told her the truth. When everything was new and scary in this world, Twilight was there, at the start, to talk to him about whatever questions he had. She wasn't a monster from the start. That came later.
I'm proud of you,
Blossom says, causing Anon to jump. He'd all but forgotten she was there in the confusion.
That was brave of you to say.
Anon spares Blossom a glance as he continues walking to the castle. I had to tell the truth, Anon assures himself.
We talked about it before, and I'll repeat it. I believe you could become a great knight if you're willing. Just ask, and I'll personally train you.
I'm sure Luna would be interested in sparring if I were properly trained.
Oh, if only you knew.
Blossom says under her breath. What was that?
Oh, I said if only we screwed.
Blossom responds with a smirk. Anon's face becomes red at that. Getting under her skin, like always. Why do I hang out with you again?
Because you need a strong mare like me in your life.
Blossom flies up and flexes her forelegs, actually showing off a bit of muscle under her soft features. Anon rolls his eyes, unable to keep a grin from working its way to his face at his bodyguard's antics. Whatever. Don't you have paperwork to do? Blossom lands beside Anon as they walk.
Yeah, but with the sisters busy, I'll have to watch over you. Want to take me up on my offer and start training, stud?
Anon seriously considers it for a moment. No thanks. I still need a bath, and I'll probably take a nap. All this Twilight stuff has made me exhausted.
Ooh, now that sounds fun. Mind if I join you?
Sure, fine. Let's just hurry before I end up with more problems today. Neither of them say a thing as they make their way to the castle. Anon has a lot to think about when it comes to Twilight. While helping her is a good thing, letting her get too close isn't. There needs to be a line, and that's something he'll have to draw himself. Celestia is walking down the hall that connects to the throne room and notices that only a few ponies remain for morning courts. They give her a bow just before she enters into the room. Once inside, Celestia takes note of her sister on the throne and a lone stallion in the center of the room.
Thank you for the help, Princess.
He sighs sadly.
I'll be going now. I regret not being able to help you as much as you had hoped. Should you have more questions, do not hesitate to return.
As soon as the stallion turns around, he flinches back upon finding the second princess of Equestria patiently waiting. He gives her a quick bow, but takes his leave without so much as a word said to her. Celestia looks over to her sister with a raised brow, and nods her head at the stallion briefly. Luna sighs and waits for him to leave before speaking.
I must say that I am not used to dealing with subjects that have love problems.
Luna admits.
Even with Cadence's aid, it's not really my forte.
Celestia gives a nod of understanding.
I see. Yes, these questions are difficult, considering our own situation. Speaking of which, how did it go?
Luna asks. Celestia wants nothing more than to indulge her sister, but there's a far more pressing matter that needs to be addressed. For now, Celestia must remain focused on the answers she seeks.
It went rather well, sister. However, there was something Anon brought up that I would like to discuss with you. What would that be?
Luna asks, looking over an official notice from a royal wanting to make changes to his place of business. Narrowing her eyes, Celestia says,
I'm not quite sure how to say this without being blunt, Luna, but Anon seems rather upset with you.
Celestia notices her sister flinch slightly.
He was hesitant to explain as to why, but I know that whatever it is, it's bothering him.
Luna sets the notice down and addresses the guard beside the throne.
Morning court is over. Something pressing has surfaced, and it requires the attention of both my sister and I. Clear the room and make sure for those left waiting, get priority tomorrow as an assurance.
The guard nods and all of them move out of the room. Celestia maintains her silence throughout. Luna waits for a moment as she thinks over how to approach the situation.
Tell her what she wants to hear.
Nightmare whispers.
Spin her a tale and put her at ease. Celestia doesn't have to know of your transgressions. You're a good liar, after all.
Luna grits her teeth as she severs the connection with Nightmare Moon. She doesn't have the patience to deal with her right now. After taking a moment to center herself, Luna returns her sights to her sister.
Tia, I've done something horrible to Anon.
Luna starts. A spike of rage courses through Celestia's veins. Her breaths become labored as she desperately holds steady. Her mind is in two places. One part of her brain screaming at her to attack her sister for harming her stallion, and the other begging her to listen before acting rashly. She collects herself and faces her sister.
Tell me everything,
Celestia orders.
I did not harm him directly, if it is any consolation.
That part of Celestia's mind calms at hearing Luna's words.
However, what I did hurt him nonetheless.
Luna takes a moment to reflect on the situation Anon has given her. She's happy he was willing to protect her, but she can't keep this secret forever.
Sister, Twilight Sparkle.
Luna begins to tremble.
Every step your student takes, free to walk about the same now as she did before revealing herself to be the vixen she truly is an affront to everything Equestria stands for. She is a traitor to harmony itself.
Confusion spreads into Celestia.
Luna, how could you say that? Please, let me finish.
Luna says, holding up a hoof.
As retribution for what traumas she inflicted upon Anon, I wanted her to suffer deeply. I was not going to forgive her or allow her to gain his forgiveness. I would protect Anon, even if it meant destroying her.
Celestia's eyes widen in shock.
I know she is an element, our first line of defense against Equestria's greatest threats, and that sister is why I had to find another means of hurting her. To make her understand the pain she so callously put the one I care about through.
That was very intense. Don't know how Celestia's gonna react to this, though. Anywho, let's get on to our well-mannered donators. Top donators are 630, BadassWaffle, Only One Thing, Ceru, Orion, IronSky, and Jessie Smith. Magic 109, JockeTF, Darkside, Rayden, Narwhals, Blackmoonheart, Pastel Skies, also Rolan, Stu, Hexer, Brother, Mortar, Diamond Library, Rinslap, Nene 52, Will, Chris, Twinkie, Rise, Shadow, Mon, Luigi 88, Chance, Crust, Big Smoke 369, Bobcat, JGF, Murder Princess, and many more amazing people. Thank you all so much for watching this video and live life to the fullest.